Oh, how cute. I don't care if it's pretend, it's gonna end up being real. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Steph, and today we are going to be checking out Season 1, Episode 1 of Bridgerton. So I haven't read the books or seen the show, obviously, but I have certainly heard about it. It is all over the place. I see it advertised all over social media, obviously on Netflix, and they even have the little stickers on the books themselves. So yeah, I've definitely heard of it. I don't really know why I haven't gotten around to seeing it, or really reading it for that matter, as I am a big fan of the historical romance books, specifically in the early 19th century, which I believe that's where this is set. It's also the time period of the beloved Pride and Prejudice, which, I mean, the book, TV show, and movie are all amazing, but I will say that the BBC TV show is superior to the movie, which is a controversial take, so we'll just go right on by that. And anyways, yeah, I do have high expectations, not so high as to think that it would actually surpass my love for Pride and Prejudice, but at this point, not many things would. So yeah, I'm excited to see it. I've heard a lot of good things, so I figure we'll just get right on into it. I really sincerely wish life looked like this now.
Dearest, 3 misses foisted upon the marriage market like sorrowful sows by their tasteless, tactless.
Those are incredibly painful, by the way. I did try a real one on once, and it's a lot. That is such a sister thing to do. I'd love to know how historically accurate all the clothing is. I mean, it looks amazing. I wonder if there's any like main actors in here that I'd know.
Should your brother wish to be obeyed as Lord Bridgerton, he must act as Lord Bridgerton. Where is he, Benedict?
I do not know.
Oh! Oh god, looking at the watch. Oh my god. I did not think the show would be like that. Typically very like, you know, Regency related things are very tame and I don't know if classy is the word I want to use, but not exactly that. I haven't seen that before. I'm guessing this is some sort of ball.
Today is a most important, for today is the day London's marriage-minded misses are presented to Her Majesty the Queen. May God have mercy on my soul.
She looks absolutely thrilled to be doing this. They're so awkward. I love it.
That matters today. A glimmer of displeasure.
Oh shit.
Young lady's value plummets to unthinkable depths.
I love the bodice of the Queen's dress. Is beautiful.
Viscountess Bridgerton.
They did a really good job at picking like the mom and her Daphne. They actually look a little bit alike. I don't really think a lot is going to please the Queen. She doesn't seem particularly interested.
Flawless, my dear.
You know, as much as I absolutely love like 18th century or early 19th century, I guess, books and shows and things.
But
It is so
you know,
crazy to
fighting
think how
a
much
lady's
things have
life,
changed from
the faster
just
you
being
get
how
there.
beautiful you are is really all you need, but how much things have changed today. Obviously a vastly different type of story, but it gives me kind of a little bit of like Game of Thrones vibes for the intro. Julie Andrews is in this? Have I missed her already? I hope not. I love Julie Andrews.
It has been said that of all bitches, dead or alive, a scribbling woman is the most canine. My name is Lady Whistledown. You do not know me, but be forewarned, dear reader. I certainly know you.
Well, at least she has one thing right. She is named Daphne as the season's incomparable. Oh, how lovely.
I should not be surprised if this Whistledown is revealed to be Violet Bridgerton herself.
It's funny how much more colorful this whole setup is compared to the other.
Penelope is quite nervous. This shall be her very first season.
I am not nervous, Mama.
What she is 2 stone heavier than she ought to be.
Blemishes
Oh,
on the face are
Jesus.
quite
I'm hoping at some point they're going to say how old the girls are.
Lord Featherington's cousin has arrived, madam.
I'm not sure what that reaction is. Oh, this guy. Yeah, see, I've seen his picture all over the internet. So I'm guessing he is going to be the main lead. Probably safe to assume, I would think.
But when those vulgar mammas discover that there is an eligible duke present at tonight's fete, I shall be able to keep such a secret no longer.
Whilst I appreciate your most gracious invitation, Lady Danbury, I must ask you to accept my regrets.
Your regrets are denied.
Well, I suppose I do for Peter.
Excellent. You may leave that to Harry.
Oh, I like their relationship so far. She's not taking shit. Oh my goodness gracious.
Someone may hear us, my lord.
Yeah, you think someone might hear you. Jesus.
One day I shall
Always relying on the watch. Holy Lord.
Daphne, yes? What might they be like? These grand affairs your sister must attend.
And wary fathers making arrangements for only the most advantageous of matches. And of course, without my father here, that responsibility falls upon me.
Every woman is not afforded such gallant protection.
Well, every woman is not a lady.
Of course not, my lord.
Ouch. Oh, God.
Sienna, you have me protecting you too. I will
That's
always
Lord
protect
Bridgerton, I think. Yeah, not really though, because I imagine he'll be forced to take a wife one day. At least that's how these typically go. So if she's cool with mistress, I mean...
Is a title.
Oh, gosh, she looks beautiful.
Is that not the young lady who was caught with her gentleman last year? Unchaperoned.
She's lucky her gentleman agreed to a hasty marriage after she went and ruined herself.
I was gonna say it's probably how that ended up. It really is such a strange concept though that, you know, like let's all go to this place where, well, obviously a ball, where the whole point essentially is to see who you might marry. It's just, I don't know. Of course, in its time and everything, but...
Yes, we met at your brother's levee.
If I recall, my lord, you had just won your first race at Newmarket.
His first and only, I believe.
Subtle.
I haven't had the pleasure of seeing you at our club lately, Ambrose. She didn't have anything to do with the unpaid balance you left on our betting books winter last.
Oh my god. Yeah, just take your leave.
Ambrose is a cheat. A man of any honor ensures his debts are fully paid.
I did not realize.
Well, how could you have done? It is the very reason I am here, sister. Let us take a turn about the room.
Well, at least he's taking the job seriously, even if he doesn't want to be the one to have to do it. I guess you can give him credit for that.
He's rather pleasing.
He is rather here to shuffle about hunting fortunes.
I presume you know of him too.
Now, Mr. Worthington's second son, we shall find better. He is of dubious parentage.
Are there many options for her at this point?
Who is that? I'm sure I've never seen her.
I imagine your household will be a hive of callers in the morning, Lady Featherington.
I was thinking, so is she going to be considered competition for Daphne, or does it really matter either way? There he is. Duke something. I didn't catch his name if they've already said it.
Duke. I would recognize him anyway.
Mom, where are you taking
To
us?
meet the Duke. Make haste before he should see Miss Thompson.
Get in there as fast as you can.
Let me introduce my daughters, Miss Prudence.
Oh my god. Well, no wonder he doesn't want to be there. Just getting accosted.
I'm not entirely sure the matter in which we
What?
discussed, my lord.
You've always amused me, Miss Bridgerton, ever since I was a schoolboy and you were.
All but
A child? Oh god, that's gross. He's like fine with that. Like, I know a lot of the time there are age gaps and things in these stories, but like calling it out like that makes it creepier.
pardon me.
Why am I already excited?
Your name, sir.
Am I honestly to believe you do not already know my name?
Bassett. Bassett!
Bridgerton!
Come here. The Duke of Hastings, now known forevermore. Right, Hastings, this is my sister.
Your sister?
Daphne, Hastings and I knew each other from our days at Oxford.
As I am well aware of the company you keep, brother, I'm certain your days with His Grace were most civilized indeed.
Yikes.
Daphne, I believe Lord Weatherby is looking for you to dine.
Daphne, there is nary a gentleman here who would not take your hand. You must think about this. The most perfect thing for you to do now is not to dance, but to leave them all wanting more.
Well, so far I think they have a really cute relationship. Your protective older brother.
Have cook prepare as many biscuits as he can this morning. I do wonder which gentleman will be the very first to call. I have so much to ask of them all.
I don't know why I'm concerned that no one's going to show up for some reason.
Am I the first gentleman to arrive? How wonderful.
What song is this? It's like a modern song, but...
Dearest reader, this author finds herself compelled to share the most curious.
Yeah, like I'm wondering if they're all gonna go see her.
Is there a problem, Lord Bridgerton?
Oh god. It's just... Oh no. I don't feel like he's gonna help her in finding a husband at this rate.
This author is left to wonder whether Her Majesty might reconsider the high praise she once afforded Miss Bridgerton. The drawing room at Bridgerton House currently appears to be emptier than the muddled head of King George.
I don't know why that makes me feel so bad for her. I think because she's put so much weight into this concept that now that it's kind of falling apart in a sense.
Has anyone else read what Lady Whistledown has written of late?
Mamma, perhaps we might attend the upcoming Salisbury Ball by ourselves.
I believe that Anthony has already replied on our behalf, dearest.
What is he doing?
A caller for Miss Bridgerton.
Oh.
The Lord Burbrook.
Oh god. No, go away. We don't like you.
Forgive me for not calling sooner. I presumed your affections were already engaged. But now I know. You and I were destined for each other.
Lord Burbrook is harmless. There'll be others.
Lady Whistledown has all but declared me ineligible.
These musings, they're not true.
Only they are true, brother, and they are true because of you. You managed to scare every worthy suitor away.
I am looking out for you. I am protecting you. It is my duty.
And what of my duty? You have no idea what it is to be a woman, what it might feel like to have one's entire life reduced to a single moment. This is all I am. I have no other value. I'm unable to...
Yeah, like that's such a sad concept. Like I love historical romance in general, and this is obviously part of it. But hearing it like quite on the nose like that about it's your only worth, it's just sad.
The Duke of Hastings continues to grace our fair city with his presence. And oh, what an impressive presence it is.
What an impressive presence it is. I won't disagree.
Those mothers simply want the same as you. For you to claim a wife, Hastings.
You are the firstborn Bridgerton of a firstborn Bridgerton 9 times over. Where is your wife?
I'm in possession of something that you are not. Brothers.
That Mr. Colin Bridgerton shall be awarded the year's grand prize when he sweeps Miss Thompson off her pretty little slippered feet. In other
Ew, is Lord Featherington creepy? Because that looked creepy.
Daphne. Your caller.
Will it be just the
Oh, get the f out of here. Ew. Ew, that's, no. Can they just, like, tell this guy no and go away?
Your Majesty, good evening. You must remember my daughter, Daphne. Yes. She made quite an impression, however fleeting it may have been.
Oh, that was cold.
I insist.
And when she insists, we listen. That is what we have learned so far.
Lady Whistledown writes about my family, too. Yet I suppose that you can withstand such scrutiny, since he is, after all, a man. It seems the two of them have that much in common, then. Matches have certainly been made with far less. Lady Whistledown merely writes what she sees. Perhaps we need to help her to see things a bit more clearly.
What is the plan? Like to set them up, I guess? Arrange it? Guessing someone took something of hers.
I shall need to witness this. You appear displeased.
Do I?
We find ourselves seated beside each other, Miss Bridgerton. I'd like to think you're happy about that.
It would be better if you refrained from thinking about me at all.
You are aware of my reputation.
I'm aware of your friendship with my eldest brother. You are a rake. Through and through.
Who is to refrain from thinking about whom, again? I'm so glad you decided to join us this evening.
Yikes.
With Lady Danbury accepting your dear mother's gracious invitation on my behalf, however could I have declined?
Not a setup at all. I can't tell if he thinks that they could be a thing and he's happy or what.
Tonight, when you leave this study,
Oh no.
are you to return to your bachelor lodgings across the square, or will you pay a visit to a certain soprano, relying on your younger brothers to one day do the job that you cannot? Are you merely an older brother, or are you the man of this house?
Oh, yikes. Mom putting them in place. Yeah, like I feel bad for this woman, though I imagine she already kind of knows, yeah, how these things go.
I do not understand.
It is not for you to understand.
You said you would always protect me. You promised to care for me, my lord. What shall I do now?
You shall leave.
Yeah, I feel bad for her, but at the same time, she can't be terribly surprised.
Well, dear reader, it should seem that all of Grosvenor Square has been left.
Oh god, that's brutal.
Pen,
Colin! I did not know you would be here.
have you seen Miss Thompson?
She is ill.
I feel bad for her.
And I have only one more space remaining on my card at present. Penelope, I did not see.
Oh, come on.
I'm afraid I cannot offer you that dance. I am to escort Miss Featherington to the floor.
Hey, yay. Good man. My god, her jaw could cut glass. That lady.
The resemblance is remarkable. You look just like him. Your father.
I want to know what his father did that he dislikes him so much. Or disliked, I guess. Uh-oh. What is it?
Lord Berbrooke's barony is over 200 years old. His lineage is legitimate. He's had an excellent education.
Ew.
Possesses no debts, no
Oh, don't you dare.
What should any of
You're to marry him.
Oh my god.
Now, be grateful it is done. It should be just as easy for you to fall in love with Lord Berbrooke as with anyone else.
No, no, it wouldn't be. Why would he pick? Is it because now, for I guess lack of a better word, she is desperate? There's not as many men available to her anyway. Yeah, what is this about?
You haven't
Something
said.
bad.
It's been over a month since your arrival.
Oh, shit.
Do you even know who the father is?
You shall never understand. Did you think I wanted to come here? To be around people like you? So out of touch, so superior.
Oh my God. I'm hopeful we find out who it is, who the father is.
Drop the
Oh
honorific
God.
so soon.
Is he gonna do something
As
gross?
your husband.
You will never be my husband.
Ew.
I will never marry you.
Do you think yourself better than me?
Oh, thank God. This is gonna be a cute moment.
No one wants you, Miss Bridgerton.
What are you doing?
Find out soon enough.
Stop it!
Oh, shit. Oh, that was a nice twist on the scenario.
I must say I'm impressed.
And I am alone with two men.
Marry me, Miss Bridgerton. Now, as far as proposals go, that may be the least romantic of all.
I'm gonna have to agree with that.
Oh, you cannot possibly be thinking of marrying him.
There may be no alternative.
I know what this Lady Whistledown has written. Perhaps there is an answer to our collective Lady Whistledown issue.
But it's only the first episode, so since it's going well, this can only go poorly in the end. Uh-oh. What are we staring at?
We could pretend to form an attachment.
Oh. Ah, how cute. I don't care if it's pretend. It's gonna end up being real.
Every presumptuous mother in town will leave me alone, and every suitor will be looking at you. You must know men are always interested in a woman when they believe another, particularly a duke, to be interested as well.
I still think that's true today. When someone is taken, they are more wanted. Oh, now I'm gonna be goofy smiling. I think it's so cute.
Stare into my eyes. Yeah. Closer.
I am such a sucker.
If this is to work, you must appear madly in love.
It is an absurd plan.
I find it quite brilliant. Provided you do not wish to marry me, and I do not wish to marry you, whatever should you have to lose?
This is gonna be like me for the foreseeable future in watching this. The question I would have though is, would it not be assumed, since they're, I guess, together in the eyes of like society, that she is compromised? So when they inevitably do part, won't she also be, you know, unwanted from that aspect of things? I mean, I don't really care because they have to end up together. I'm already convinced.
Yes, Miss Daphne Bridgerton has captured the interest of the newly returned Duke of Hastings. How the young miss secured her newfound suitor is yet to be determined.
I wonder what the
Yet,
brother's
if
thinking.
anyone shall reveal the circumstances of this match, it is I, yours truly,
Uh-oh.
Lady Whistledown.
It's probably risky to say, but I feel like this could be one of my favorite TV shows. I am already obsessed. I am so giddy right now. I just finished the episode. There is so much to say. I guess I'll start off with even just the setting. I thought the set design was incredible. The costumes were beautiful. All the colors, I loved everything about it. I don't know how accurate it would be to what traditionally clothing looked like in the early 19th century, but it had the feel of it at least, so that works for me. I guess maybe to start with the Bridgerton family, I did have to write down names of pretty much anyone that was mentioned, and hopefully I'll remember who's who. But as the series goes on, I'm sure I won't need to reference it much. But Lord Anthony Bridgerton, who is the eldest brother, he starts off already in a compromising position with his mistress. I believe her name is Sienna. And that was, when I thought of this show, I thought of like romantic, chaste. Not like there's a bare butt like first thing in the show. But anyways, all that aside. So he starts out with his mistress and you get this feel that he's kind of a does whatever he wants kind of guy, despite the fact that he has expectations on him. He has probably the biggest turn of character in one episode that I can think of in the past while anyways, whereas he does go from, you know, the kind of carefree attitude to when it comes time for him to make sure his younger sister Daphne, who is looking to find a husband, making sure that she finds someone suitable, that, you know, he's good enough for her. And he takes that role very seriously, to the point where no one is good enough. And ultimately it hurts her chances of finding a suitor. Thankfully, Mom gives him crap for it, and while simultaneously making him aware of what he's doing to Daphne, he also gets the understanding that he needs to smarten up and become the lord that he is. So he ends up ending things with Sienna, his mistress, which I felt it was equal parts. I felt bad for her, but also at the same time, I don't know why she was surprised. Of course, he promised that he'd protect her and all these things. And I don't know where his level of like seriousness was with her. Like if he had strong feelings for her, or if it was just a fun arrangement, or how he looked at it. But she seemed absolutely devastated. And I just don't know why she's surprised, because they know their respective roles and how things are supposed to go and what is expected of them. So while I did feel bad for her, I wasn't terribly surprised at all that that's how that ended up. And then I can't help but just jump to Daphne and the Duke. So I can just tell I'm gonna love it. I'm so excited about it. They are adorable. So both essentially looking for completely opposite things. Daphne needs to find a husband. He does not want to find a wife. But of course, all the mothers are looking to have their daughters married to the Duke, to become a duchess. So while Daphne is trying to find her husband, he is trying to run away from the women. But they do end up having a scene where they're at like a dining room table at the Bridgertons, and they have like this super cute banter back and forth about how neither of them thinks about the other, and you know, they don't really care that each other's there, and and basically doing the exact opposite of how this will all end up, I'm sure. But anyways, it was a really cute back and forth. So then at the ball at the end, the creeper suitor who has been following up with Daphne consistently throughout the episode, his name is Mr. Berbrick, I believe. He's gross and won't leave her alone and is way too old for her. And kind of on that note, I know, you know, age gaps are quite a thing, especially in this time, but it makes it especially creepy and weird when you call out how you knew them when they were a child. Like you're imagining the age difference in that capacity, rather than like you're both adults and one's just older, but no, I knew you when you were a literal child. It just makes it weird and creepy, and not into that. So he's gross and we don't like him, and that's enough. But anyways, when her brother tells her that she is going to marry Berbrick, which is the last person she would want to marry, she kind of storms off outside and essentially is alone until Berbrick follows her, and kind of, I got the impression he's gonna end up forcing himself on her. But then we see the Duke off to the side, and already my little heart was just so excited because I'm like, he's gonna go save her. But he didn't need to save her at all, because she punched Berbrick in the face herself, which was pretty awesome. But yeah, and then they end up having this discussion about how they can help each other if they pretend to court one another, I suppose. Then she will become more desirable to all the suitors that essentially ignored her after her brother was pushing them all away. And all the mothers will stop bothering him about wanting him to marry their daughters. So basically, it's a setup that, you know, they're each getting something out of the deal, and they both don't want to marry each other. So in the end, it's fine because nothing's gonna happen. Which of course, if this story has any justice, that is completely not what's gonna happen, and they will fall madly in love, and I am here for it. So yeah, I mean, other things happen, but I'm so taken aback by the Duke and Daphne and how much I love them already in one episode that nothing else is really coming to mind right now. I'll just leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me. If you wouldn't mind doing the YouTube things, like and subscribe, that would be much appreciated, and I will see you next time.